Hello, there's a phone. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, so I might just drop off and come back on again.
Well, shit. I don't know if this one's going to be any better. You can hear me now? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Let's see. Hey, Robert. Glad you can make it at least for now. Oh, shit.
There we go. You hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. That's all good.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good.
I'm not too technically savvy, so. How are you doing today?
I've just got to mute. I've just got to mute you in. There we go.
All right. So if anybody else cares to join, seems some guys are busy doing the Mother's Day thing, which is good for them. My mother is in a different province, so I made my phone call already, and she's good. She's enjoying her garden today, so I'm happy for her.
And it's not Mother's Day in England, so we've already had Mother's Day. So yeah.
So if anybody else cares to join, by all means, please do.
Yeah, hop on, guys. It'd be great to hear from you.
Yeah. And I'm not even wearing a watch yet. 1 second.
Oh, Zippo, letting the side down.
I know. I was cleaning up, putting everything away.
Say hi to all the guys: Junior Johnson, GMT Master, Watch Habit, Robert Padilla. Yeah, hi guys. Geezer. How all of you doing?
Geezer, you care to join? In the meantime, we'll try and get you guys to join. I'll show you what I picked up the other day.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, you got a new watch. Wow.
No. Just the old one.
Oh, no.
But, yeah, so a little anticlimactic now. A cheap little, what was it, $15 deployment clasp.
Oh, right. Nice.
Yeah. So this is one I grabbed a few more, and this is what I'm going to start using. It's it's cheap. I'm sure it's made in China, but it's not too
Hey,
shabby.
if it works, that's good stuff.
Does, yeah.
If it does the job.
Yeah, I'm actually going to throw it on.
Is that on your Hamilton?
Yeah. Suits it really well, I think. This is the original strap for it, so it's getting a little worn.
Is that the Jazzmaster?
Pardon me?
Is that the Jazzmaster or the Interstellar?
Yeah, the Jazzmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice big beefy hunk of metal.
That looks great.
Yeah, I do love this one.
And it's a chronograph, of course, isn't it, Zippo?
It is.
It has to be a chronograph with you.
Exactly. This is when I picked this one up at a smoking deal. Took it to, there's one guy who claims to be a watchmaker in town. He swapped out the crystal, which was gone. It was just scratched all hell. And problem with it, I don't remember, one of the chronograph hands is different now than the other. They should be the same. I don't know if he swapped them out with something different, because I don't think that, I'm pretty sure this wasn't ever worked on before I got a hold of it. So it's got 3 different chronograph hands on it, but it all runs and works great. So
yeah,
I didn't pay too much for it. The guy had it for 2 months before I got it back from him. So
Robert Padilla is saying he picked up a cheap Omega deployment from Etsy and took it to the Omega boutique, and they commented on that, how good a fake it was. That's a great one, Robert. That's a great story. Yeah. $15 again. Wow. You ought to come on and tell us about that, Robert.
Yeah. I was looking at some of them on YouTube. Not the Etsy ones. Just different generations of them.
Yeah.
And that's what I want. A proper OEM Omega deployment. I don't know how much they go for. I don't imagine cheap.
Right.
But honestly, for just to throw something on leather, I would have no problem with buying a fake.
Yeah, absolutely. If it does the job, if it works, yeah. I mean, $15, you can't go wrong, can you?
Yeah, exactly. Did he? Yeah.
So I was taking a look at that Whitby watch company that you brought out to our attention. Mm-hmm. And I had a look at a few of their watches. If you want to go to their website,
sure thing.
It's quite interesting. It's Canadian watch company. Yeah, lots of aviation watches.
We barely scratched the surface of what they have.
Yeah, they say that the watches are hand built in Germany by Swiss trained master watchmakers. And there's some quite nice watches, some Fliegers, lots of Fliegers,
Mm-hmm.
Type A's and Type B Fliegers, and a dive watch that they do. So you can go to at the top of the tab, you can scroll and go to watches.
Avro, want to take a look at that one first?
Yeah, take a look at the Avro. The Avro range. They received a special permission from the Royal Canadian Air Force to use its mark on their Avro range. So they can. They've put the RCAF rounded rounding at the top of the 12 o'clock mark on the watch for that Canadian statement. It's really nice, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool insignia, I think. Yeah, it's neat. You go to any of the museums, the aviation museums around here, and that's on everything.
Really?
You know.
Yeah, I mean the Avro watches. I was looking at them in pounds, not in dollars, because of course that's what it translated to in my neck of the woods. But they came up from ranging from 227 pounds to 514 pounds, which I thought was great.
Yeah. 900 around here.
Right.
Which is fair, I think.
So they're 42 millimeters. They've got an ETA 2824-2 in them. But they're Type A Flieger type watch. They're really nice looking, I think. For that Canadian inside you, if you want that maple leaf look. I mean, they're really nice. 43 millimeters.
Titanium.
Yeah, titanium case.
And as far as an ETA under $1,000 is fair to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What else do they have? 43 and 38. Sapphire. It's kind of cool. I don't know how long they've been around. I like that Type B.
Yeah, the Type B that they do. Yeah.
I'm not sure how long they've been around, but again, for under $1,000. Take a look at the divers.
Yeah, the divers were interested because they do this Intrepid diver, which came up as 514 pounds, which is they do one called the Sir William Stevenson, which was interesting. They've named it after a spy, it's estimated that between 1/4 and 1/2 of the world's population have seen a James Bond film, but few know of the Canadian secret agent that was one of the few real operatives that inspired Ian Fleming for the character 007. As a staunch defender of the freedom, Sir William Stevenson was nominated for a knighthood by Winston Churchill in 1945, who wrote, "This is one dear to my heart." His knack for business, saving the world heroics, magnetic personality, and taste for martinis remarkably mirror that of 007. And it's a marvel that Stevenson is not more widely celebrated in Canada or his hometown of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah, and these watches come out at 44 millimeters, 200 meters water resistance. They hold a ETA 2824-2 and come on a bracelet or strap with buckle. So yeah, they're quite a nice looking diver. They've got that Tudor Black Bay burgundy look, haven't they, with the red bezel, though, that particular one.
Mm-hmm. With that dark gray rhodium dial with that red.
Yeah, but they do a different one. I think if you maybe went to the they're the black one.
Oh, not this one.
The basic, so that's the standard black one. Yeah.
This one's in burgundy. See what that. Oh, where is that? Where do I?
Yeah,
Find
it seems to come in a blue, a burgundy, or a black. That one.
this one here? Or is it different?
Yeah, the Intrepid Diver.
Yeah.
Junie Johnson's asking what we're looking at. We're just looking at a Canadian watch brand called Whitby Watch Company.
It's one that I found on Facebook a while back, and you know, there's not too many Canadian brands out there, and this one, you know, kind of on the micro brand side of things, but I quite like these. Little fancy case they come with.
If you go back up to the watches tab, you'll see the whole range that they do there. So they've got divers, they've got fliegers, Type A fliegers with the Canadian Air Force. They've got fliegers without the Air Force badge on, which come in cheaper. And then they've got the Type B flieger at the bottom, right at the bottom. I think if you hover over them, that it might give you the price.
Oh, $3.90. Oh, really? I didn't realize. It's Seiko move.
Yeah, so these Arrow ones, there's an Arrow Type A and Arrow Type B flieger. These are 43 millimeters. And they have this Seiko NH35A movement in.
I didn't even realize these ones that they had a Seiko movement in it. Never looked too far into these ones. I've always checked out the divers.
Yeah, the divers have the ETA in, and the one of the fliegers has the ETA in, but these ones have the Type B fliegers have the Seiko movement in.
Nice. That's really tempting to.
They're a good price, aren't they?
Yeah. It's pretty hard to find anything half decent for $400.
If you want something homemade, you know, something.
Yeah. Like a lot of the marathons, they're good. Don't get me wrong. They're just, I think, a little too big and chunky for me.
Yeah, they're very good. The marathons. I like a lot of the marathons. But,
yeah.
I don't know where the marathon do a flieger.
Yeah, I don't think they do. I'm not sure, but what else do they have? What else is
They do one called the Wounded Warriors Canada, right at the bottom. That one, I think, right to the bottom. And this one, bring awareness for the charitable organization Wounded Warriors Canada, and $100 of this watch sale goes towards the mental health program to support veterans and their families, which is a good one.
It is. $43.
Yeah,
Seiko.
they are quite large watches, these ones, these Flieger ones. So yeah, again, this is using the Seiko NH35A movement. They're quite nice looking watches, aren't they?
Yeah. What do you figure, Type A or Type B?
Type A is obviously your more generic watch, isn't it? It's easier to read. Most people would find it easier to read, but I like the Type B. I mean, the hours on the inside circle and the minutes on the outside circle. I mean, it's
I
really.
agree. And then I just throw a donation to the Wounded Warriors for the difference. That'd be just fine.
But yeah, what's that one? Is that 499?
$4.99, yeah. So what's that in pounds? Like 250, 300,
I think
275?
this one came out at £286. This
Yeah,
one.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. Good price.
But I do really quite like this one.
The Intrepid Diver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clasps on it. It reminds me of a Hamilton in many ways.
You find.
I do, yeah. The Frogman, I think it is, in Hamilton.
Ah, right. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of cool. And then bracelet or rubber? Both, I'd say. I don't know if they come with both.
Well, I think both come with it. I think it
Yeah.
comes with bracelet and a rubber strap, so you can mix it up. So you can mix up the look. I mean, it's got a dark dial, hasn't it? So the rubber looks great with it. Goes with the dark dial. So yeah, for that contrast, the rubber bracelet looks really good. I mean, the rubber strap, but you've always got the bracelet as backup for that sturdiness.
This would be a good one to get in the meantime, as far as a diver goes.
Yeah, I mean, if you want that Canadian link, I mean, something home brewed.
Yeah. Then, and at the same time, I, kind of want some kind of maple leaf on it. So this would be good too.
Oh, go for the Avro range
Mm-hmm.
with the Canadian Air Force insignia on.
I don't think any of my family was in the Air Force, but
Really?
yeah, no, I don't think so.
I mean, this one's got the ETA movement as well.
Yeah. 895, yeah.
Yeah, like GMT Master says, I like that grey dial. It's really nice.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, the Avro Arrow, there's a whole history to that I have forgotten since high school, but it's an interesting story to that. I think it was the fastest plane for the longest time. Or not
really?
the longest time. It was the fastest plane for half a year, and then they shut the whole operation down.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's quite the machine. Take a quick look at the story, the Intrepid story. There you go. Gun in a Book, classic. Well, I guess that's just for the intro. Let's see. Okay. All right. Well, I would like to try. Oh, Orange End.
Hi, Orange Hand. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah,
Good,
Yeah,
good.
not
How
so
are you guys
bad.
doing?
Yeah, not so bad, thanks.
how's your day going?
It's going okay. It's a bit of a lazy Sunday.
Yeah, nice.
Haha, as it should be.
I'm going to mess around here for a second and see if I can figure something out that I think I know how to do it. So I won't go too deep or anything. So yeah, just carry on and I'll be here. Just want to see if I can figure something out here.
So on the topic of Canadian micro brand watches, I just got an email from Helios saying that their new release is opening for pre-order tomorrow.
Oh,
are you
really?
familiar with that brand? Yeah.
Helios. Helios.
Yeah, yes, that's right. That's right. So they're a bit of a micro brand darling. Their watches tend to go for over retail on the secondary market.
Really?
And yeah, and they're very hard to get. Very hard to get. James Stacy from Hodinkee tends to talk about them quite a bit, and is a big fan. They're based out of Vancouver. Anyhow, I don't think I'm going to pull the trigger. I was kind of excited for it. Now I'm looking at other things, but it's a good. They're like $600 to $700 I think is sort of like the price range. And tomorrow at noon Vancouver time, they go on sale with their new model, the Fairwind, I think it's called.
Mm.
Oh, maybe you could pull a couple of those up.
Sure thing. Okay. Just going to try something real quick here.
How have you been then, Orange Hand? You've had a relaxing weekend?
Yeah, it's been good. I caught that was a good ID guy last night.
It was great, wasn't it? Yet another great ID guy stream. Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrific.
A Hulk on screen?
Yeah, there's a Hulk on screen.
Okay, good. And another picture?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Just have to make sure that that's how it works.
Just you practicing your screen sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
Okay.
So Helios, sorry, not Zelos. Helios. Helios.
Correct. Now I don't know if he has images on the site of the new watches. We can certainly take a look because pre-order starts tomorrow, and I've been kind of these latest releases have been kind of in the works for years. People have been waiting for the new ones to come out.
Really?
Yeah, indeed. So he should have. There might be a couple pics on the site. I'm not sure.
I didn't realize Helios was a Canadian brand.
Me either.
They're based out of Vancouver.
Right.
Yeah. They use Salida movements. I think some of the early watches had ETAs in them. Mostly dive watches. Ah, there you go. That's the new watch there.
That's nice, isn't it? That looks just like the Yema that we looked at the other day, wasn't it? The Superman. A bit like the Yema Superman that we looked at last week.
Yeah, for sure. And the second hand there looks a little like a fairer kind of second hand, I think, with the
yeah, it does. You're right. You're right. It does
that
look
little
like
arrowhead.
that fairer. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, people rave about these watches. I've never seen one in person, so I can't endorse them. But people rave about them. There's a number of reviews on the tube. I think Random Rob did one, and a few others. And people have nothing but good to say for them.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, they've been on my sites as being a Canadian brand. I've kind of always felt like I should pick one up.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Support your own.
Yeah, and apparently they've got the Fairwind, and then they've got the Universa there just below. Yeah, okay. So this one is yet to be released. I think this one is more of a field watch, I think is what they were what I read.
Oh, they're not showing pictures of that one, are they?
Q2. So when does that start? Q2.
So I guess June.
Yeah, it looks like they're not showing pictures of that one.
Yeah,
that's a nice one. About the Seaforth.
Right, that's their older model, and I think
was that a bronze one?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe they did one in bronze. That's the Universa there, actually. The last pick that you had up there.
Yeah, that was just scrolling on its own.
Oh, I see.
I like that one. That's lovely. With the crown at 4 o'clock.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the Universa. Kind of, it's got like an Explorer kind of 1016 vibe to it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Anyhow, if anyone's interested, tomorrow at noon Vancouver time.
What else they got here?
Do you know many other Canadian microbrands, Orange Hand?
No. Other than Helios, no, I don't. I wouldn't call Marathon a micro brand.
No, not at all.
So they're the only other watch brand I'm familiar with.
There was one that not Canadian, it was German. And I'll have to find it for next time, but it's all skeletonized and that kind of thing, but I'll see if I can find it, but I don't think I'll be able to. And I'm just not sure if it was actually. So that's the thing with micro brands, you don't know what you're getting according to their marketing. So it could very well be just a Chinese, movement case, everything assembled in Germany and sent out from there.
Yeah, I think that's what you're getting most of the time with micro brands. Most of the components are made in China, and then where they do use Swiss movements or Japanese movements, they'll let you know. But I think everything else you can expect is Chinese made.
Yeah, and they're calling themselves, saying that they've been around since the 1700s. But is that just somebody who bought the name and then trying to rebuild the brand?
Yeah. Another kind of neat, speaking about kind of brands that are being resurrected, Nevada Grenchen. is back. Are you familiar with them, Thomas?
I'm not. No, that's new
Chrono,
on me.
the Chronomaster. I think it's called the Chronomaster Aviator, Nevada Grenchen, and so it's like a classic dive. Dive chronograph, and really cool look. They've got the broad arrow hands, dive bezel on it, really funky kind of design, 60s piece that's really collectible. The guys who wrote Speedmaster Moonwatch Only actually just came out with a book on this one model of watch. And yeah, there you go. So that's one of them. You'll see there's one with broad arrow hands. There you go. So that's
nice.
the original. Yeah, that's the original model. Now that this company is being resurrected, and apparently later this year they're going to be up for sale. I think $2,000 US with a manual wind mechanical movement. So I've been kind of this is a watch that I've been looking at for I've been looking at the vintage ones forever. So it's kind of cool that they've come out with a reissue.
Yeah.
Do you know what sort of price mark these would go for, Orange Hand?
Well, for a really good example of the vintage Chronomaster with the broad arrow hands, I think those are the most sought after. I think you're looking in the ballpark of $5,000 to $6,000 for
okay.
A
so
really,
the fetching
really
premium,
minty one. Yeah, for sure. There you go.
Right.
There's one for $4,000.
I'll bring up 24 if we want to have a gander at that.
So that's a Canadian.
Not Canadian, Swiss,
right?
Yeah.
But you say this brand's up for sale.
No. They're these watches are being reintroduced. The brand has been resurrected. Somebody bought the rights to the name and all of the designs, and they're making reissues that are basically almost identical to the original. Yeah.
Right. Got you.
1960. Wow.
Yeah. So and some of these watches had had Valjoux 72s in them, which are the original Daytona movements. Some of them had, and I think mostly they have 7734s. Yeah, it's a funky design. They're a bit of a cult classic. People really get into these watches.
I love broad arrow hands. They're great, aren't they?
Yeah, I agree.
They look so nice on there.
That's such a different bezel too.
Yeah, it's a weird. It's it's a diving aviator watch. So I'm not sure who this is made for.
Isn't it? It's not a tachymeter bezel, is it? It's like a diver's bezel.
It's a diver's bezel. That's right. Yeah, and I think there's a tachymeter on the inside of the dial.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever seen Jimmy Split 77, his channel.
Oh yes, he's got a great channel, hasn't he?
So he's got this watch. He's got a dead, NOS version of this watch that he picked up. It looks like it was just made yesterday, and it's just beautiful. So he just posted that video a few days ago, and
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. So it's worth checking out. Beautiful example that he's got.
Right.
Yeah, these are really collectible, really cool. And now that the brand is being kind of resurrected, it's going to be interesting. $2,000. It's not a cheap watch. At that price point, I mean, you might just want to look for a vintage one. That said, it looks like, we'll see what the quality looks like, because it looks like they're following in Breitling's footsteps and really doing a 1-for-1 replica of the vintage piece.
That's cool. What are they? 38 mil? Did I see? Yeah.
Yeah, I think 38, 39, something like
38
that.
mil there. Yeah.
Pretty classic
Yeah.
size. Yeah, so this one's like a Valjoux 92 movement. It's a column wheel movement. It's the 2-register version of the famous 72. Great caliber, legendary.
Well, this one's cheap.
Yeah. Now you have to be a little wary of Frankens, right? People will replace the bezels.
Right. Okay.
You got to really do your homework here. But no, it's great value. I think they're really cool watches. I mean, you're not going to get yourself into into a Speedmaster or a vintage, a UG Universal Genève. I don't, these are still at a really good price point, and you're getting a lot of watch.
Good call. It's a good find.
Yes, this is the other brand that you would have that they were labeled Croton.
Croton. Ah.
Yeah, I believe this is the U.S. kind of. It's almost like the Yema and Lejour brands. I think Croton is the U.S. labeling.
Right. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah. That's cool. 1970.
So Yema had different branding for America, did they?
Yeah, a lot of Yemas were they had private labels. So the one that Andretti actually wore was marked Wesley's on the dial. So right. So there were a lot of small, private labels, brands that were put onto the watches, retail brands and whatnot. And then Lejour would be the one that's most common for them in the U.S. So a lot of their dive watches were branded Lejour in the U.S. You'll also see Yema's branded Eisenhart. That was for the German market, and then Amaryllis was one for the Italian market.
Really? Wow. You see, we need the punters on the channel to share all this knowledge with everyone.
Yeah.
This is what we need you for, Orange Hand.
Glad to be of help. Yeah, I think these are really cool watches, and I think they seem to be gaining in popularity as well. Like with these books that are being written about them and whatnot, I can see them being pretty sought after in the coming years.
Yeah, it's certainly interesting with the red sector on the right subdial. That's interesting, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like a countdown sector, isn't it? Like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 sort of.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty reminiscent to the like when you look at the Type 20s and the other kind of aviation chronographs. The minute register tends to have those markings.
Right.
Yeah. Or similar ones, anyways. I like that little red. That little red triangle is sweet.
Yeah, I
Little
love it. It's
splash
nice.
of color. Yeah.
Designed that way for some kind of reason. This little 5-second countdown.
Well, it would be 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, a minute. Yeah. That's, huh. That's very cool. Good find there.
Have you any more vintage gems to dig up, Orange Hand?
Sorry, guys. I'm just going to take a sec here. I just got to step away.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, oops. All right.
Yeah, so I was going to maybe take a look at some Bullivers
Sounds good.
as the budget brand of the week. Start you off with one in the private chat. Joseph Bulliver is an American watch brand founded in 1875 by Joseph Bulliver and currently owned by the Japanese Citizen Watch Group, who bought them in 2008 for $250 million. They're still based in New York, where they began, and in the 60s, Bulliver were involved in rivalry with Omega to be selected as the first watch on the moon. The Bulliver chronograph was carried on Apollo 15 to the moon by Mission Commander David Scott, who wore it whilst doing the moonwalk after the crystal of his speedmaster popped off. And there are images of him wearing the watch as he saluted the American flag on the moon. That Bulliver chronograph sold for $1.625 million, which makes it the most expensive astronaut-owned artifact ever sold at auction.
Wow.
Now, dug around the Bulliver website, and there's not that much on the website that's that attractive, to be honest with you. But I managed to dig out a few Bulliver watches that we could look at. Out of 74 watches that came up, there are only about 8 that I could find, which were fairly decent. a lot of unattractive looking watches.
Look at the men's watches, I take it.
Yeah, don't go to the website. I'll put them in the chat for you.
Okay. I guess there's a few that are okay. Back to the A15 Pilot.
So the A15 Pilot, yeah, I put in the chat for you. That's a 42 millimeter, 30 meter water resistant. It comes in at £399. Originally a 1944 design, military design, and it's got a 2 o'clock crown, rotates the elapsed time, and the 4 o'clock crown indicates the fuel time, which is quite interesting. So
I guess
it's like a sort of Flieger type sort of style.
Yeah. And the bezel does rotate the inside?
Yeah, with the assistance of the crown. You use the crown to turn the bezel on the inside.
Okay.
So it has two rotating bezels on the inside?
Yes, I believe so.
Well, there's no
Kind
date.
of cool.
Yeah, no chronograph. 3 hands. 3 dials, I mean.
The 2 o'clock crown rotates the elapsed time, and the 4 o'clock crown indicates dual time.
Oh, so it's got a bit of a, it's almost like a GMT as well as a countdown timer bezel. Neat.
Yeah. Shot of the same.
So Thomas, is this a reissue of a historic like a vintage piece, or is it just an entirely new design?
No, it's a reissue of a piece which was designed in 1944.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a 1944 original military design. It uses the Miyota 8286 automatic movement.
Terrific. Yeah, it looks a little, what would that be, 44 millimeters?
It's 42 millimeters.
Oh, 42.
Yeah.
Well, it's a decent size.
Not too bad.
Yeah, good pick.
Not too bad. Yeah.
Good pick. I think it's a good looking watch.
It's quite nice, isn't it? It's got those sort of cathedral hands.
Did you mention that what the retail price is on that?
It came up in England as £399, so I don't know what that'd be in Canadian.
About 500 and change US.
Yeah.
Very cool.
The next one I put was a straight field watch. I quite like this one though.
Yeah, I think it's actually really cool, and you don't see 3 crowns like that very often.
You don't often, do you? No.
Yeah, so it's a bit unusual, and it certainly looks like a classic pilot's watch. It's great.
Yes. So this is covering your Hamilton khaki territory. This next one. Which is the Bulliver Hack, inspired by Bulliver's military heritage. They called it Hack because it has hacking seconds, a feature which was essential for the military to synchronize the watches for operations, but which was a novel feature during the Second World War, apparently. So watches didn't have hacking seconds in the Second World War, not often. So this is a 38 millimeter, 30 meters water resistant, 42 hours power reserve, and it's got the Miyota 82SO. This came in at £289, which I thought was amazing.
So it really competes head to head with the Hamilton Field Mechanical.
Yeah, absolutely. It has exactly the same aesthetic.
Yeah, really similar. Really similar. Yeah, I've looked at, I've been looking at the Dirty Dozen watches, thinking, oh, maybe
They're
picking one of those
amazing, aren't they? They're amazing, gorgeous.
Yeah, really, really good, really good looking.
Beautiful
but they're a little on the small
pieces.
size. A little on the small size. I think I can't remember which one was the biggest one. If it was the IWC or maybe the Omega. But there's one that's kind of on the bigger size, and that's the one that everybody goes after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they tend to be, I think, 34, and then you can find, and then a couple of them were made in 36.
Right.
Yeah, very cool watches. Very cool.
Yeah, they're gorgeous, gorgeous watches. I mean, a collection of all of them went up at for auction recently for £20,000. I think it was. I think it was all 12 of them.
Yeah, and I think you can still find them for about a couple $1,000s. I don't think they're the most sought after ones. I don't think you're finding the IWC or the Omega at 2,000, but some of the lesser known brands, I think you can still find for that price. Yeah, or you can just go for something like this.
Yeah, go for modern day interpretation. Yeah. There's plenty of field watches out there. Yeah.
Shot in the dark. Yeah, I think I've got a few of my granny's Bulivas around here too, actually. Tiny little things.
The next one's right up your street, Orange Hand. Which was... They don't do any more, but I think they've sold out of this one now.
Oh right, I saw this. Yeah.
The Bulliver Surfboard A, which is a lovely watch. This came in at £449 for the quartz version, and it was 38 millimeters, 666 feet water resistance, which I think is 200 meters water resistance.
Oh, what was it?
It's a quartz chronograph. It's now sold out. It's got gorgeous 70s styling, though. It originally was the 70s watch. So it's a reissue, this one.
Yeah, it's a great design. I think Breitling also did surfboard dials as well, and yeah, terrific design.
Well, Yema did surfboard dial with their Andretti, didn't they?
Yeah, similar. Yeah, for sure. It was more of I think the aesthetic was more of like a dashboard, a car, like an actual car dashboard was the what they were going for. But yeah, very similar aesthetic. Yeah, look at that bracelet on the left.
That one in the middle.
Oh, or the bullhead in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, this bracelet is pretty wild.
Yeah, it's a mesh on the side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow, it's gorgeous.
Not a very good picture. Oops.
That bullhead is pretty cool.
Yeah, true GMT Master, they did do a mechanical version of this watch, which was quite a bit more expensive, but I can't remember exactly the price of that. I think it was about £800. But I just love this styling of chronograph.
Are they all the same case design?
Yes, yeah.
There it is. So this looks... Is this the original?
I think that's the original, yes. That's the original 70s one.
That's cool. Good choice. Okay. Now I think I'll jump to the next one here. If this is the one that I might have tried on.
I think you have put this one on, yeah.
Yeah, which is very cool.
Yeah, this is a bit like the Pulsar P1, isn't it? But on an angle. This is the Computron, Bulliver Computron push button digital one. It comes in at £229. It's 31 by 41 millimeters. It's blue or red LED display. Blue LED display on chrome or red on gold. Dual
Boy,
time zones, and it's total 70s styling to the max. I think
I
it's
never
great.
got to see the chrome.
I'd go for the chrome.
Yep, absolutely.
So this would have been the equivalent of the Apple Watch 5 in the 1970s, right?
Yeah.
You
Good
would have been
analogy.
on the cutting edge with one of these.
Yeah, great analogy. So you've tried this one on, Zippo, have you?
Yeah, they had one at the mall, and it was the gold one, and I loved it. It's so not me, but damn cool.
You just wanted it.
Yeah, it's that what do you call that? Futuristic retro look to it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Was it expensive?
Yeah, it was up around $500.
Right.
Wow.
I mean, for a novelty, that was a little much.
I'm guessing if this thing gets wet, it's fried.
Yeah.
Well, it says it's got 30 meters water resistance, but I wouldn't go putting it in water myself.
No.
And yeah, Geezy says it reminds him of some Earthworks and MB&Fs. He's right there. He's got that sort of same styling.
Yeah, you know where they got their inspiration from, for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of like it on the rubber. There was a photo of just up above, yeah, on the left there. It's kind of
That's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a cool look.
That's a real Apple Watch look, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just sat on top with no glare from the bracelet. That's really subtle. You're making me want one now.
Oh man, if you try one on, and they are damn tempting. Like they are just damn cool.
I'm looking at it now. And I just want, I want to try one on.
I wonder.
I want to try one on.
Should we check Chrono 24?
Sure.
No.
Just see if
if you want, yeah, sure.
Oh, quick look. I don't know if they'd be on there or not, but worth checking. Computron. I'm looking at the wrong damn thing.
And those Accutron space pretty cool.
Yeah.
With the tuning fork movement and all
Yeah.
those. I think is
It's
pretty
one of
sweet.
their signature pieces, isn't it? The Akitron. There you go. 279 Canadian, Zippo.
Yeah.
That's on the rubber. Get it in your basket now.
I love the packaging it comes in. It looks like you're buying a toaster.
That's hilarious.
Press buy. Press buy.
Suggest a price.
That's great, isn't it?
Well, you're
Nice.
76. Ooh.
1976 re-edition.
Yeah. Year older than me. That's cool. Now, are these all new? I assume.
No, they can't. Well, I suppose it must be, yeah. I suppose it must be.
No. Questions.
Yeah, if you look at the price high to low, you might be able to find an original or two.
Okay. Well, limited edition, so that's got to be new.
Yeah, I think that's just an overpriced reissue.
Yeah. They are very close to the original design, aren't they? Like
They are, aren't they? Yeah.
original box, original papers, condition new. Okay.
Oh, I want one Zippo.
Which one would you go for, Tom?
I'd go for, well, I would, normally I'd say the chrome one, but I've been looking at the gold one now, 'cause with the red. But the chrome one's a classic, but I think if you're going to go 70s and you're going to go LED digital watch, I think you go for the red, don't you?
Yeah, I think the gold is that's the icon right there.
Yeah, I think definitely. You go for the red one.
And I'll get the black.
Yeah, you're the Knight Rider.
The Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Knight Rider is way more appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. And then what is the Hamilton?
The Hamilton is the PRS. It's what was called the Pulse, because Hamilton used to own Pulsar, and they made the P1. And Seiko bought Pulsar off Hamilton, so they Hamilton now write Hamilton on their watches instead of Pulsar.
Gander at that too.
So the next one I put in the chat is the Oceanographer. Which is the Gulliver's generic diver. This is a 499 pounds. It's a 44 millimeter, 42-hour power reserve, 200 meter water resistant. Now sold out, it says on their website, but it's a Miyota 821D automatic movement. It's still quite a nice looking watch.
Yeah.
I quite like those small indices on the outside.
How about
Yeah,
the crosshairs?
Yeah, I like the crosshairs on the dial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's quite nice with the crosshairs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got kind of like a 70s Seiko diver look to it, for sure.
Yeah, it has, hasn't it? I was going to say it's sort of Seiko-ish.
Yeah, is that the same? Yeah. Some Edmonton Oilers color.
I think that's the original there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like an original.
And it's not the Devil Diver. That one's only 333 feet.
Devil Diver.
Was it NS?
So that'd be 100 meters, won't it?
That's 100, yeah. The 200 meters are the that's the nickname for the watch is the Devil Diver.
Diver. That's a new one on me. I like that one. Devil Diver.
Kind of like this one myself.
It's got a bit of Royal Oak kind of feel to
it. I was going to say, it looks like the Vacheron. I've forgotten the name of the Vacheron that was the original Vacheron. What's it called? The Vacheron. Yeah, the Vacheron that came before the overseas. The one.
Yeah, the original sports
bracelet.
watch. That's right. Is it the 122 or something, or the one? Is it not a number?
I can't remember, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but it looks like that. Yeah.
And there's one, the what's it called? The Marine Star.
Well, I was coming to that in a minute.
Okay.
It's the 222 Vacheron. That was their original sports watch.
Do a quick comparison.
It's actually pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Case shape and integrated bracelet. I take the Vacheron personally.
Yeah, that's it. 222. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I really do like that.
Yeah.
Really do like that.
I think that the little Maltese cross on the bottom right lug.
Just on the corner, yeah.
So cool.
Gorgeous.
So cool. They need to bring that back with the overseas.
They do. Well, they've got the Maltese cross everywhere on the overseas. They've got it on the bracelet. They've got it on the clasp. They've got it on the dial. They've got it on
the bezel.
They've got it on the bezel. Yeah, it's everywhere.
Yeah, it's true. But I really like that little engraved Maltese cross there on the lug, though.
This 222 is really something else. It's really beautiful. It's classic 70s styling. It's GMT Master says it reminds him of the Engineer. It does look a bit like the Engineer.
Yeah. Yeah. That bracelet's gorgeous.
Bracelet, yeah, it's gorgeous, isn't it? It's really like a Nautilus bracelet, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Even more faceted, more complex. It's quite a fascinating watch.
Mhm.
Gorgeous.
How big is this one?
I'm not
I
too
assume it's
sure.
somewhere like 37, 38, but that's just a guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Never seen one of these before. I think I like this one better than the Lola.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Have to pay the price for Zippo.
Jumbo. Yeah. Hushhush.com. Yeah. Sounds a little dicey.
Geese is saying that the 222 uses the same JLC caliber as the AP 5402 and the Patek Philippe 3700.
Square dial.
That's strange, isn't it? A square dial one. I don't like that. No, I'm not comfortable with that for some reason. Looks like a postage stamp.
Yep, it does. Yeah, that's an oddball.
Yeah, looks like a postage stamp.
Yeah. There you go.
That's more like it. That's gorgeous. That's really
Yeah.
nice.
When it's all is it iced out or some other term for it?
Yeah, the movement's quite lovely. Also, I'm just looking at pictures here. That's the quartz version, clearly.
Yeah. The ladies version.
Geese
If you look for
saying
the
that
automatic movement,
Geese is saying they actually do a square Royal Oak as well, which doesn't sound very nice.
Square, really? Oh. Hello.
Hi, Blue Shirt. How you doing, my friend?
Hey guys, how are you? Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, it's
going, Blue Shirt?
okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Good. Hey Orange Hand, how are you, man?
hanging in there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So, hey everybody.
Good to see you,
Geezer,
man.
GMT Master. Yeah, good to see all you guys. You guys enjoying your Mother's Day so far?
Yeah, taking it easy. Getting away from the mother.
That's all they really want, anyways.
This is kids' corner. We're getting away from mums.
Yeah, well, moms and wives and all that kind of stuff. So, how you doing, Flippin'?
Not too bad.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, a little busy these days, so
Good. Lucky you.
yeah, kind of nice. How about yourself?
Same old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna extend the lockdown till June 7th. So
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
No end in sight here in New York, unfortunately.
Another month.
Yeah. So,
We're doing the same thing here.
yeah.
They know damn well that if they just try and open everything back up, then it's just gonna make another second wave immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, better safe than another wave.
Exactly. Exactly. So you guys looking at Boulevers?
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of wandered
The
into
The next one I put in the chat for you, Zippo, was the Bulliver Lunar Pilot.
There you go. That's my favorite one. I've been tempted by this watch a number of times.
Yeah, is this the one you see in Macy's, blue shirt?
Correct.
Yeah, this is a 45mm, 50-meter water-resistant, high-performance quartz, this one. It's a bit of a speedy rip-off, but it comes on a NATO at £399 or a bracelet of £499.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with this.
You can't, no.
It it's a bit of a bigger watch, but it's fairly lightweight, and if you're into space, between the Speedy Pro and the Seiko Pogue,
It has a lot of history, doesn't it?
You got to put this watch into the mix.
Yep.
And it's not going to break the bank.
Nope.
And comes in a cool little box. And I think besides the NATO, there's a Velcro strap that comes with it too.
Right, that's nice. Yeah, that's a nice little presentation box, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not, it's not going to. It's not an exact replica of the one that went to space, but it's close.
That shot's pretty interesting there, where it's comparing next to the Speedmaster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a big difference. Given the Speedmaster is already a pretty big watch at 42.
Right. Correct. So this isn't going to be everybody's cup of tea, but for under $400, how can you go wrong if you can pull this off? I mean, obviously, if you have a 6.5-inch wrist, this is going to be too big for you. But I think a 7-inch wrist can pull this off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I tried one on and it was fine. It's obviously, but it's
a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit longer lug to lug than like a turtle is, but it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Hey, and it's a watch that is going to space, so it needs to be big. Yeah. Just like the Speedy, for its time, was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Love the black.
Yeah, I mean, for legibility, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, my Speedy is just, you even a quick glance down, can instantly tell what time it is. The only thing that slightly beats it is my Polar Explorer 2, and that's why that's white dial with black numerals as opposed to black dial and white numerals, white indices. I mean, so very cool watch, and like I said, if you're into the exploration of space, this is definitely should be on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I believe a couple German astronauts have taken SINs up as well. I'm not sure which model has gone up.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, to the International Space Station. I think a couple of them flew on shuttle missions too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Russian cosmonauts took Fortis.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. That's their official watch, is Fortis.
For Russia?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's their claim. That's Fortis's claim to fame.
Nice.
In fact, one of their watches is called the Cosmograph. It's the Cosmonaut. Cosmonaut, I think.
Quick look at that one.
Yeah, Geezer saying, I wonder how the watch scene would look like if NASA had selected the Rolex Cosmograph over the Omega Speedmaster. Yeah, it might be a little different, Geezer. I mean, Rolex was definitely in there. They were pitching. I read somewhere which one of the tests that they failed. Speedy Pro was the only one that passed all the tests. There were a couple of other brands that submitted watches to NASA, and I know the Cosmograph, which is basically the Daytona, passed everything except there was one test it did not pass. So it could have, if it had passed and they had selected that, it could be, wow, the Daytona could be hotter than it already is. I don't know how that could possibly be, but it really might be unobtainable.
Yeah. Well, I thought there was something about Rolex just didn't kind of half-ass showed up. They went in without a representative, and
yeah, they kind of figured that. Well, I mean, this is a great watch, and it's tank tough, and we're gonna win this easy, and then they didn't.
Yeah. The arrogance of Rolex shining through.
GMT Master said we would definitely have a lot less limited editions on the watch scene. Absolutely, GMT Master. At least on the part of Omega's part.
Yeah, I don't know if Omega would have survived the quartz crisis, to be honest. If the Speedmaster never went to space, I mean, it is the brand.
Yeah. True. I mean, they still had the Seamaster.
That's
true. Yeah, true.
That's true.
They've got a lot more behind them. They do the Olympic sponsorship, don't they? And the Olympic timekeeping, and
right.
Got a few other feathers.
Yeah,
in the
very
cap.
true. No, that I might have been exaggerating, but I mean, they really have made the most of the connection to the space program.
They certainly built a lot on that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it is entirely possible they wouldn't have made it without that endorsement, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Like, they probably would have, but yeah.
So this one's the Marine Star. You wanted to compare against the Oceanographer. This one's the Marine Star, which is the 43mm 100-meter water resistance. This is a quartz as compared to the Oceanographer's Miota automatic movement. This is only comes in at £279 for this one, which is in a contemporary sports range. So it's quite a nice looking watch.
It is.
Quite like it.
It is. Back in my let's see, 4 or 5 years ago, I had a Bulova Precisionist, and it was quite a nice watch. I don't know if you guys looked at it yet or not, but it was pretty cool. The second hand had a very smooth sweep. It wasn't the normal tick every second like a quartz. It was very cool. It was titanium, had a Kevlar strap. It was a really nice watch. The only problem was that it had a mineral crystal.
How about that hour hand? Does that look terrible to anybody else?
Well, it's copying a snowflake, or wants to be a snowflake hand.
Yeah, it's almost wanting to be a snowflake, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, I know. Neo's mentioned it a couple times. He grew up right near where Bulova. They still are, but they don't manufacture the watches there. But their headquarters is still there. It's about 5 minutes away from my office, and I've been over there a couple times dropping off stuff to get repaired. Besides their headquarters, they have a tiny little factory store, and they take in repairs there too. So
That's good.
but they are a New York watch company.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they, they went with the times. They, when they got hit by the quartz crisis, they dove in head first.
Yeah, founded in 1875 by Joseph Bulliver in New York.
So they survived where a lot of companies didn't.
Yeah. So they just came out with a collection called the Joseph Bulliver Collection, which I believe are all Swiss-made mechanical movements in sort of more classic dress watch designs.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are kind of interesting looking.
Yeah, and they're not ridiculously expensive either, from what I remember.
No, not at all. Very affordable.
Take a look at those.
Hey, WV David R. How are you? Good to see you.
Hi, WV David R. You well, mate?
Those are kind of nice.
Yeah.
Very dressy.
Yeah.
I like that.
I love the tonneau style case.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's got a tonneau case.
What's this? 24 karat gold.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, why not?
All right. Okay. Next on the lineup, classic 97B165.
Yeah, that was just another one from the Bulliver collection. Well, they're more dressy pieces. This one. It's 37mm quartz slimline dress watch with a rose gold tone, 6mm thick, which was rather
and
thin. Yeah, nice and thin.
Yeah, very nice and thin.
And it only retails for £159. This one, so it's a very good deal, I thought.
Yeah. So that's over $200. That's not bad at all. Very nice.
Powerhouse. Inspired, kind of. Yeah.
I love how thin it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6mm. Quite amazing, isn't it? Not quite Piaget Altiplano, but
Right.
but you're not paying $400,000
Correct. WV David R. Yes, I believe they are now owned by Citizen, but they are, as far as I know, still producing watches under the Bulliver name.
Yeah, Citizen bought them out in 2008 for $250 million.
Okay. So Citizen owns Bulliver. They own Frederick Constant. and there's another brand that they own too, and I can't remember which one.
Quite a few citizens. I can't think off the top of my head now who they own, but they do own quite a few. They're one of the big players, aren't they, Citizen?
Yes, yes. Well, they have the record. They have the record for the. They're the ones that have that. It's like a $10 or $12 or $14,000. It's the most accurate quartz watch. It's a very thin dress watch, and it's like a second a year or something like that.
Oh, the Eco Drive. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like ridiculously. It's the most accurate quartz watch. It's more accurate than a spring drive.
Yeah, that's right, Smokey. They own Alpina as well, don't they?
Alpina, that's it. Good call, Smoke Eater. Thank you. And Alpina has some nice watches.
They do, yeah. They have some interesting pieces, yeah. We looked at one last week.
Mm-hmm.
They do have some quite nice pieces.
All right. So then on to the next.
The Accutron Snorkel. Hey, this is a funky diver, blue shirt.
Yeah, very much
Orange
so.
Hand. Orange Hand put this one in.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
This is right up your street, Orange Hand. This is great.
That's what I was just about to say. This is right up your alley.
Yeah, that's this one caught my eye. I found this in a shop one time, and this exact one with a little orange highlight there, and almost pulled the trigger on this one.
I like
the tempting.
I like the Milanese bracelet too.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's a nice looking watch, and it, as you said, the second hand sweeps really smoothly, because it's got that Accutron movement. So yeah, it's a cool one. It's a little on the bigger side as well. They tend to make them on the big side, but yeah, very cool piece. And it's got the internal rotating bezel as well, which I think is kind of cool.
I love this one. This is really nice. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Really nice Orange Hand.
Especially with that, that highlighted orange. Was that 15-20 minute interval on the inner bezel?
Yeah. There's
no mistaking how how long you're down underneath the water if you're using it as a real dive watch.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Visible, yeah. Very legible.
Good choice.
And it's cool. I like how it's kind of squared and round at the same time. That's a good looking watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks good on a NATO too.
That's up my alley as well, that one. That's really kind of the watch I'd go for. That 70s vibe.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah, and Giza, you're right. It is hard to find a well-executed skeleton watch. So many of them are really not well done and very hard to read. But there are a few that are done well. Yeah, that's a good choice, Thomas.
That was Orange Hand that came up with this.
Oh, this was Orange Hand? Oh, well done.
Well done. I think it's the best choice so far.
Yeah, this is it's the only Bulova I've ever seen that I was really kind of, tempted by. Yeah. Well, I think it was, it was at the mall. I'm pretty sure I was just kind of browsing at a jewelry store at our local mall and saw this, and I went, ooh, it's like a super compressor case. You don't see that at the mall store all that often. So anyhow, and it was neat, and I think they were like 50% off also. So I kind of thought, oh,
Really? What bracelet did you see on Orange Hand? Did you see
it was
on the Milanese? Was it?
It was, yeah. That's what it
Oh,
comes
beautiful.
Yeah.
Boy, that's tempting. 50% off.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should have bought it there and then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was probably, I think it was 150 or 200 Canadian.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap as chips.
I'll have to get back to that shopping mall when the look gets down. Make a beeline back to that mall.
What are you thinking, Flippin'? You like this?
Yeah, it's not exactly my style. It's cool. It's like I would try one on for sure. That's the thing. I've never really tried on anything like cushion case. I don't even know if I've tried on a Milanese bracelet before.
Oh, they're. Let me tell you, I can't recommend them enough. They're awesome.
Yeah.
They're very comfortable.
Definitely.
Probably just comfy as rubber. Because
they just sit on your wrist really comfortably, and they just have a lot of give in them, and they're just really comfortable. Really, really comfortable.
I'll keep an eye out for something like this. If I need to try something like that on.
Yeah,
for sure.
WV David R. These are quartz. These are high beat quartz.
Yeah, what I like is they're not the run of the mill quartz movement, right? I mean, this is something that's pretty special to the brand. Nobody else does it, and it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
The sweep is really, really smooth. It looks like it's like a spring drive sweep for for a
it's
tenth
close
of the
to
price.
It. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like
do you know what store it was offhand? Do you remember?
I don't. It was one of those, just one of those mall, the typical mall shops that sell, Bulova and brands like it. I can't remember. It definitely wasn't. It was like a mid-tier jewelry store.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe can't remember what it's called.
People's or
one of those exactly. Yeah. It was like it was not. It was like a mid-tier mall jeweler that just sells kind of. Yeah.
I'll keep an eye out.
The typical stuff. Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, Giza, that orange accent is very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think you're turning us all onto orange hands.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a vintage watch that this reminds me of that I really like, and I found one on just the other day. Actually, I found one.
What's that one?
It's called the Exactus Aqua Max. So it's from like 1970, and it's an old super compressor. And it's got an orange inner rotating bezel, or actually a chapter ring is orange, bright orange. It's amazing. If you scroll down and look for one with an inner, it's sort of like the one that's on the right there, but there's one with a very bright orange ring.
Just scroll down a bit more, Zippo.
There you go. That's the one.
There.
Oh, nice. I like that.
Yeah, that's that exact one is up for, I think it's like 15. It's probably $1,000 US on Chrono right now. But the one thing is, I'm not sure that handset is the original handset, because I've seen it with a different handset.
Right. Looks
I like that a
funky,
lot.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, it's pretty rad looking.
Yeah.
And it's got a curved sapphire crystal as well, hasn't it? It's got a nice curved glass that goes over it.
Geezer likes it too, so we're all drooling over it.
Yeah,
Very nice.
it's a very cool watch. It's yeah, it's one that I've had my eye on for a while, so I'm gonna wait for the perfect one to come along. I think there's one on Chrono right now, and the minute hand is losing a fair bit of lume. So yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. I really like that.
Yeah, that's sharp looking.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah.
It's rare you see a complete, inner chapter ring, all in orange.
And then Dan Henry went and ripped it off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was just going to
he
say,
did.
Dan
Yeah.
Henry, the Dan Henry, what is it, the 1970 diver or something like that, looks exactly like that.
Yeah, I think he did. He basically ripped it off. This was the inspiration for his 1970.
Yeah, it looks great. That.
Yeah.
Really nice. Really
That is
nice.
very, very cool. Very, very cool.
It's like a wheel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the thing with these super compressors is, I think this is 36 mil, so it's a little on the small side.
Right.
Not too bad, but it's about as small as I would go. But they're all of them were about the same size, 36 mil. I think the Longines was the only one that was like a monster for its time, and it was, I think, originally 42, which was just bizarre.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Really
GMT
nice.
Masters asking if that's a sapphire bezel.
It looks like it's it hasn't got a bezel on at all. It looks like the bezel is inside the sapphire glass.
Correct. Yeah, and it wouldn't have been sapphire. It would have just been like plastic. It would have been Hesalite.
Plexiglass, right?
Yeah, acrylic.
Plexi.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it looks like the bezel rotates with one of the crowns, doesn't it?
That's a cool looking dive watch.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, very legible, very visible underwater.
Did these guys get taken out by the quartz crisis?
I think so. Yeah, this is a brand that just kind of disappeared.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah, they have this version as well. It's just not as, I don't think it's as sharp.
No. Of the yellow and all that.
No, it's a circle that makes it, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's that circle, yeah. Looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, those monster loom plots. It's a terrific design. And that frame, the frame around the date, is just amazing. Also, it's just it's a brilliant design all around.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's awesome looking.
Yeah.
Hey, Williams watches. Good to see you, man.
There we go. All right. Jump to the next one then.
Yeah, there's one last one I put in, which is a bit of an oddball for Bolivar. This is what they call the Bolivar Curve. And this is a high performance quartz again. It's the world's first curved chronograph movement, so they say. And it's in a curved sapphire crystal and alligator grain leather strap. It's 43 millimeters, 30 meter water resistance, and it's 479 pounds. This comes in at. So it's a bit of a interesting one.
Mm-hmm. Hard to find a good picture of the exact curve of it. There we go.
Yeah, the world's first curved chronograph. Well, the world's first curved chronograph movement. Sorry. Despite it being quartz.
Yeah, I've seen these. I'd like to try one of these on. They look great. They probably fit just perfectly.
Interesting, isn't it?
Hmm.
Now, what time is this telling you?
I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. Brace and gold. Yeah, these are nice. Have you guys ever tried one on?
I haven't, no.
No, I haven't. One of these.
No. I've never seen one of these. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's really cool. That curved shape is certainly different. I've never seen anything like it.
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
Very, very, very modern looking. Oh, excuse me. Kirby Chrono indeed.
So I think Bulova used to make. I think they made a Bunsware watch, like basically like a the Zenith CP2 or like the Bunsware, the Hoyer Buns.
Right, yeah.
Bulova actually made one. I can't remember what it was called. If it was the Marine Aviator or something like that. Very cool. In the same kind of ilk as those old pilots' chronographs. I'll look it up now and see if I can find it.
I do like the Zenith CP2. That's a nice one, isn't it?
Very cool.
Yeah, so an American brand, Bulova.
I thought they were Japanese for some reason.
Well, I mean, they're owned by Citizen now, so
Kind of are, yeah.
they kind of are.
Oh, look at that. What is that? No, that's not going to work very well.
You've typed in Bulova and Zenith at the same time, I think, in your search, haven't you?
Yeah. Jesus. Calling it a bun?
Yeah, it's the it's like the old Bunsware. Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to spell it off the top of my head. I think I've tracked it down. Just give me one sec.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's called the Bulova Marine Star Chronograph, and the I even have a reference number, 8080101A.
808-101A?
8080101A. And it's early 70s, so it's very similar. It even has the little, you'll see it. There you go.
Yeah, that's just like the CP2, isn't it? That's
yeah, it's the
lovely.
spitting image. Yeah.
It's got that Zin look to it as well, that Zin 104, hasn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
sure. Yeah, that's a nice one, that orange hand. So is that a 70s model or a 60s model?
I think it's a late 60s, early 70s. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can pick one of these up for a lot less than an original A. Kyrelli CP2 Zenith. So
Right.
about the same price as a Hoyer, I think, of the same period.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
4,700 Canadian.
Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's not bad for a pretty legit vintage, military chrono.
Yeah.
Looks in very good condition for its age, yeah.
Very good condition.
Yeah, I would have to believe that the Bulova signed versions of these watches are not the most sought after. It's probably Zeniths at the top, and then it kind of goes down to Hoyer and then Zin. But regardless, this is it's kind of a cool little piece.
Yeah.
Well, this one says 1979.
Yeah. 7731.
Yeah, just to address that WVW, Bulova are originally an American watch brand founded in 1875 by Joseph Bulova in New York. So they're making watches with Swiss movements, I believe, and assembling them in America. And then they got bought out by the Citizen Group in 2008 for $250 million. So they're now Japanese owned, but they're still operating from New York.
This is one that I almost picked up on sale. It's a little bit flashy, but kind of looks good.
Yeah, Geese is right. This does look like a Ulysses Nada on this one.
And cheap too. That's $325.
A lot of the ones on the website looked a bit like this. Looks very decorated and dressed up.
Yeah. $293 for chronograph.
It's kind of amazing. The Marine Star name, they've actually held on to it and continued.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quartz. Yeah. Oh, I missed one. Let's see. Oh, where are you? I saw an orange one that looked great. Where are you? No, well, it's gone.
Yeah, that looks like a really nice one. That one. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's a nice chrono.
Yep.
Yeah. And for that price, you can't go wrong.
How can you go wrong? $293.
Yeah. That is Canadian.
And that's Canadian. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brand new. $20 atmospheres.
Okay.
Not too bad.
How can you go wrong?
Exactly.
I saw your Save the Ocean yesterday on the ID Guy Stream Blue shirt. Nice wristwatch check there.
Thank you.
Looking good.
Yeah, I saw his post, so I sent that one in. So I think
Yeah,
next.
it was a good stream, wasn't it?
Oh, it was awesome. His streams are great.
I haven't caught a full one yet in person.
Yeah, well, especially the wrist shot ones are 3 hours minimum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they usually cut into the to the beg streams.
Well, there's a good shot of the curve. Okay, here we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, interesting. Wow.
That'll hug your wrist.
Yeah.
So I heard a rumor that that we were going to get new Rolex this year. After all,
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah, I think it was one of the Watchbox guys who said that they had a call with Rolex, and that they're going to be releasing new models. They don't know the timing, but it will happen in 2020.
Nice. Very nice. Interesting.
Nice.
Now, so what's going to happen? That's the question.
Yeah, who knows? I think it's actually well played. I thought, sitting back, letting everybody else kind of, release models during the thick of the of the crisis, and then just kind of waiting back and finding that open moment to just steal the show.
Exactly. Very, very Rolex like.
Yeah.
Just wait in the
Yeah.
weeds until nothing's going on, and then pounce.
Pounce, indeed. Yeah.
As soon as the stores reopen, you can go talk to them in person.
I mean, if you ask me, it's the new movement in the sub. That's the only thing that
Yes.
makes logical sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the
I know.
sub needs the new movement, and it's only a matter of time before it gets it.
For sure. And there's the discontinuation of the Hulk that people are talking about as well.
Right. Yeah, and people going on about the Explorer 2. That's next year.
I would agree with that.
When it's the 50th anniversary.
What do you think will happen? Do you think they'll change it radically, or
Ceramic bezel, maybe.
do you really think they'd put a ceramic bezel on the Explorer 2?
I hope. Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword for me. I'd love to see it, and then I'd love to see it in the fact that if they do that, it would be cool, and B,
then yours would be more valuable.
Mine would be way more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
On the other hand, it's the only GMT with a steel bezel.
Yeah.
There's no other GMT with a steel bezel, so I don't know.
Could you see them introducing an anniversary color like a green one? Because green they always introduce for their 50th anniversary,
Right.
don't they?
Right. Interesting.
Green is the Rolex color.
Right.
Would they do a green Explorer 2, do you think?
That's a good question, Thomas. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know how it would go with the orange hand.
True. Hey, howdy from Texas.
have
Good to see you, man. Welcome.
Hi, howdy.
Hey, howdy. Hope you're doing good, man.
Yeah. No, glad you could join us. Whenever. It's always good to
So-
see you, pal.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if I caught onto this, but what the hell are we looking at here?
That's a Milgauss. One of the original Milgausses. I think it's I can't remember the reference number. The 55. Oh, I can't remember the reference number.
So is it a possibility that this is going to be redone somehow, some way?
I thought that they made one day come out with the Milgauss with the rotating bezel again. Possibly, but there's talk that they're just going to drop the Milgauss altogether.
Oh,
See, I don't know. I don't think so, and I hope they don't. If they're going to drop something, it's going to be the Air King.
yeah.
Right.
Because the Air King and the Milgauss are basically the same watch. It's just the dial is different.
True.
So, to me, the regular black dial Milgauss and the GV blue that you have, Thomas,
Yeah.
are the best ones. They're classic.
Hmm.
And there's no other watch like that.
No, there isn't really, is there?
Yeah.
Not in the Rolex lineup anyway at all.
And that that lightning bolt orange second hand is just, there's nothing like that in the watch world.
No, there isn't.
Oh, there's my Explorer 2.
Love it. Love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, wearing it as we speak.
Nice.
So one thing that people aren't really talking about much when they're making their predictions about Rolex this year is that the Datejust, it's the 75th anniversary of the Datejust.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it was introduced in 1945. So,
oh, right.
Like, you have to believe there's got to be some kind of celebration. That's got to. I mean, that. Other than the sub, that's the icon, right? For Rolex, for
pretty
forever.
much, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now
That is the Rolex watch, isn't it? The Datejust, really. Apart from the day date.
Mm-hmm. Did they put the new movement in the Datejust 41 already?
I think so. I'm not 100%, but I think
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And do they already have a green dial, yellow gold Datejust?
Ooh.
Well, that's what I was thinking that they're going to do with, if they discontinue the Hulk, they'll do a solid gold Hulk.
Right.
that would be a beast.
Yeah. It would be right up there with the president as, one of the ultimate F-off watches ever made.
Be an expensive beast as well, wouldn't it?
For sure. For sure.
And unlike the presidents, which you can get a discount now and again, I don't think you'd be able to get the Hulk, a gold Hulk at a discount.
No way. No way.
No.
But that, to me, Rolex would do something like that. I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, GMT Master's saying that the Datejust 41 does have the new movement.
It does have the new movement in. Okay.
Yeah.
So then maybe they do an anniversary, 18 karat gold green dial Datejust.
What is the difference, or what size, I guess, is a Datejust 2?
The Datejust,
Is that
Was
I
the
think
date
it's
just 240 millimeters and the date just 41 millimeters?
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little. The date just 2 is a little chunkier, and it's 40, and the 41 is has a little more curves, and is 41.
Never quite understood why. That's so similar. Why bother?
Look at that. That's a great picture, man.
Yeah.
It's yours if I was waiting for you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it, man. Smooth bezel and Jubilee bracelet, right?
Yeah.
Rhodium
Yeah.
dial.
That's one. Seeing so a little bit smaller than a 41. 41 could be pushing it for size. So this is something I got to consider.
You got to try it on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But that could very easily be your one and done watch.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else after that.
No.
It's your lifetime. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It can be your everyday, your sports watch, your dress watch. It does everything well.
Yeah. And then everything else is gravy.
Exactly.
Which kind of
The nice thing about this, and it shares the trait with my my Explorer too. On the 41 and 42 millimeters, the Cyclops works a lot better than it does on the 36.
mm-hmm.
On the 36, it kind of takes over the watch. It's not as prominent on the bigger watches.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Okay.
But that's a beautiful watch, Flippin'. It's
Yeah.
a beautiful watch. But you got to try it on.
yeah, I got to try them both on.
I mean, I tried a 36 millimeter Datejust on, and normally I'm not a 36 millimeter guy. It's a little small, but they wear bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the price difference is. It couldn't be all that much, really. So, just depends how they wear. That's all it comes down to. This is the look that I like.
It's ultra versatile for
Yeah.
sure.
Exactly. Like t-shirt or a dress shirt, whichever one.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. It just looks good no matter what.
If you had Jubilee bracelet and fluted bezel, that would be really a lot more dressy. But if
Yeah.
you're mixing and matching with the smooth bezel and the Jubilee bracelet, you got both bases covered.
Yeah.
Hey Carlos, good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, Carlos.
Hello, Carlos.
Oh, sorry. Hola, Carlos.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Blue Shirt. I think the fluted bezel looks a lot better with the oyster, and then if you go smooth bezel, Jubilee all the way. Looks great.
And Carlos has the watch that I love, the white gold day date.
Oh, yeah.
It is beautiful.
That's a gorgeous watch, isn't it?
Yeah, the day date 40. That thing is. That's another one of those watches that does both things well and can be your one and done watch. It's a classic.
Really is a smart watch.
That's one of that's one of my favorite watches, Carlos. You nailed it on that one.
All right, guys. Well, shall we call it? Unfortunately, just as soon as Carlos shows up.
Sure.
Anything else anybody'd like to take a look at?
Been a great Mother's Day stream.
Yeah.
Has indeed.
I hope everybody calls their mother.
Yeah, don't forget to call your mum.
It's
Exactly.
like buying some surgical masks instead of roses, which she can use more.
Whatever comes in more useful. I'm sure some chocolates won't go amiss either.
That's true. It's not a bad idea. I should do that too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
thanks,
Yeah,
everybody,
Thanks a
for
lot, Zippo.
coming
Thanks,
along.
Orange Han. Take care,
Yeah.
everyone.
Okay,
care,
take it
guys.
easy,
Thanks,
guys.
Care.
Lucia.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Take
the
care,
rest of the
everyone.
week. Take care.
Yeah. See you next week.
For sure.